Have you ever heard there is a plant of prostaglandin? Possibly not, because there is no such plant. No, this is good thing because we can remember this prostaglandin biosynthesis with this picture of the plant. Now what we have to do is that we have to imagine plant. Obviously the plant are rooted in the soil, in the land, and for nourishment of plant we have to use fertilizer. So we will start from there. So fertilizers, say phosphate and lipid is used. So phosphate and lipid, this is the code word for phospholipid, which is present in the cell wall. Okay, so phospholipid the first, and enzyme then acting on it. And if you see this tree, in this tree the first stem, and on the stem there is a sign used for archery practice, for hitting the arrows, and somebody is practicing there. So this is archery, means araki, and there is a tonic kept. That person kept tonic also there. So it's a archery, araki, tonic. So arachidonic acid. So obviously the enzyme required for converting this phospholipid into arachidonic acid will be phospholipase A2. We have to keep here mind, we have to remember that here required enzyme is phospholipase A2. Then this tree is having two branches, main branches, and we will go this way first. And if you see, there are two axes, cross axe, and this is axe 1, this is axe 2. We can correlate this with COX, axe with COX, cyclooxygenase 1, and just above the axe that person kept two Parle-G biscuit pouches, G for Parle-G. So two biscuit boxes are there, and for that we have to remember PG2, prostaglandin 2. Here these enzymes converting this arachidonic acid into PG2, and because the boxes are kept for quite long period of time, so some erosion happened. So we can correlate that with this oxidation. So peroxidase, the enzyme next is peroxidase. Just above that there is two houses of bird. So two houses means PGH2, one is empty. Then in the second houses there are three birds. What is they are doing? So first is cycling in the bird. One is cycling, one bird is cycling, means prostacyclin. So prostacyclin first. Second bird, what that bird is doing, it is gliding, sliding. So prostaglandin, and the bird is deaf, means prostaglandin D, prostaglandin E, prostaglandin F. The third bird is doing practice of boxing, so thromboxane. So, and what we have to keep here in the mind that everything is 2. So prostaglandin, prostacyclin I2, then prostaglandin DEF 2s, then thromboxane again TXA2. So this is what is present on first branch. Then on the second branch, we know that plant emit oxygen. So actually this plant is having lips and he is giving out oxygen, and that lips are covered with lipid. So lips, lipid, and it is giving oxygen, lipoxygenase. So arachidonic acid, if it is following lipoxygenase pathway, we will encounter these things. What is that? there is, on this branch there is a turbine. This is high power electrical turbine, HPETE, high power electrical turbine to cut what? Apple. I will explain this. This HPETE actually hydroxy peroxy icosa tetraenoic acid. Hydroxyperoxy icosa tetraenoic acid, which we can, for our simplicity, like we can convert like this: a high power electric turbine for cutting what? There is an apple. Then to these branches, the apples are there. This turbine is used for cutting these apples. And interesting thing is that this apple is not regular apple. They are square. Why they are square? Because they represent these leukotrienes. Different type of leukotrienes. If you see this is looking like square. So we can use this here, LT. This is actually LT, leukotrienes, and this is apple. So LT4. Why 4? Because 4 apples are connected in sequence, and one apple is it is a branch which is connected to apple first. So it is in alphabetical order. So A, then B is here, which is not circular, so you can remember. Then next is C, D, and E. All are this leukotrienes, apple square. This is also leukotriene. Leukotriene B4, and leukotriene C, leukotriene D, leukotriene E. All these are 4. Okay. So this is the way it is possible you to remember this picture, and with this picture, biosynthesis of prostaglandins. Now, why it is important? Because as we know that it is very important in case of understanding inflammation. The corticosteroids drugs, they act here. They block lipooxygenase enzyme. They don't let these things happen. Then in case of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, they block this enzyme COX and don't let these things happen. And there are other drugs like montelukast which act on these leukotrienes. So this way, we can remember a picture of this tree, and this way the biosynthesis of prostaglandins.